Hey guys, welcome back to another Sparks Motorsports video. So today I'm pulling this Van VP dash cluster out. Came out of my van, so I'm gonna take the fascia off and replace it with them. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So first step is these bolts here, like screws. Should be 8 of them. One there. These two, this one here, this one. That should be about it. Okay, so the next step after removing those 8 bolts is to see this ribbon connector here. You gotta press down with a screwdriver and push it out with the other hand. So I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so once all these 8 screws and this ribbon connector is out, these 2 clips up the top here, those 2, just flick it up. Do the same on this side, and then top should just pop off like that. So then you're into the fascia here. This set just pops straight off, rest it on the side somewhere. So the next step is to slide these out, both sides, pop this off, and then remove that bolt of that screw and that screw there. Do the same with the 2 screws on this side, and same with the 2 screws on that side. So I'll come back once I've taken these 2 slots out and unscrewed the screws. If you're wanting to remove the little cogs inside this, you can simply pop this out and then replace that before you change the fascia, or if they're fairly alright looking, go ahead with the install of the fascia. So I will probably replace the cogs that's off the other dash that I have. So I've just got to pull this one apart. To pull this fascia off, grab your screwdriver, and I like to go up from the side here, run it up, and like grab it, and sort of like wiggle it around a little bit until that little mat there on the inside where that cable sits in, till it pops off like this. And you're replacing your cog. Try not to touch the black fascia too much. That's the little thing that holds the cog in. So if you're going to replace it, you look at it like this. There's 2 screws, one there, one down here. This one down here is a pain to get to, so I'll show you how to do the cogs once I've taken these screws out. Okay, so the 2 screws are removed. This should simply just pop right out like that. Let's assess the damage. So this cog is one that you should want to replace. Remove it, and this small one also should be replaced because that is broken, and that should also be replaced. So I'll do that real quick. So it's all finished. I've just got to reinstall it, so show you once I've done that. Okay, so the fat cog sits like that, and that small little yellow one sits on the inside next to that small piece, and then it simply just goes back in those 2 little socket holes, pushes in. Okay, so I put it all back together. Now I'm going to be removing this. And so take a small screwdriver, you go into the screw, you unscrew. So I'll come back once I've unscrewed it, and I'll show you how to pop that off. Okay, so once those two screws are out, you will want to grab two flathead screwdrivers and prop one up underneath it like that. Then grab your other one, come in from the other side, then you'll want to push up so it like pops it up. Try not to bend the metal wire inside it, and hopefully it pops off. If it doesn't, maybe spray some WD into it. So yep. So once the speedo's out, this should just pop right off, and this pops off too, but I don't need to remove that. So then I'll show you how to put it back together. Okay, so do all the same on the other dash cluster, and then take this speedo fascia off. It should just simply slide over. I chose one out of a VR because it looked better to go into my VN. So it should sit like that. Then you grab the two screws that you took out, place them back in the hole, try not to scratch it, and tighten that back up, and then chuck the speedo nozzle back on, and then it should be sweet. Okay, so it's all screwed in, and you'll want to use your VRVS speedo nozzle instead of your VN one, VP one, because it's shorter in length. As you can see, it's a bit shorter, so you want to use this one. Simply just put it, make sure it's all lined up like that. Should be sitting about there, and then give it a push into place, and it sits like that. Should be good as. And then I'll show you how to put it back in, but before I do that, I'll show you how to take the fuel on out and the revs. So I'll show you how to do the revs next. Okay, so you want to grab a flathead screwdriver again, do the same as before, both ends, push upwards and pop it off, and I'll come back after I've done mine because it's a two-hand job and I can't hold the camera. Okay, so I just popped it off. Yeah, undo these two screws, then it should just simply pop the fascia off, and you can do the same on this one, and then yes, so I'll come back after I've taken these two screws out, and I'll do the same on this one, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've taken that off in the two screws. I've done the same on the other one, it's sitting right here. So you just want to take it off like this, chuck it to the side somewhere, grab your new one, make sure to hold it somewhere where it's not on the main point of view, like what you see. So maybe do it down here where it's covered, if you know what I mean. So sit it like that. Then you've got to use your nozzle from the VS one that I have. I'm just going to place that about where it sits there, but I'll do the screws up and then I'll come back to it. So okay, so I've put the two screws in. I will come back after I've lined this up in line with that, like about there, and then yeah, so I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so it should be sitting like that. That looks nice. So done this. Now onto the fuel and the temp. There's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3 and then the fourth one's under there too. So I'll do that on this and come back, and I'll do it on this one too. Okay, so I'll come back. Okay, so I got it pulled off. I've got the other one sitting here, so it should simply just pop off. I took it off the same method with the screwdriver, the same as the other two. So yeah, this should just go straight under here, like that. It seems to all line up. Yeah, cool. So I'll screw them in, and then I'll chuck the nozzles on it. So it's important when you put these nozzles on that they're sitting flat. When I did this one, I ended up looking at it and I moved it and it fell down a bit further. It fell down to about here. So it's sitting pretty good now. So when I do these, I'm going to check that it's not like up or down. And, you know, so I'll do that now and I'll come back. Okay, so the needles are back in. Now just put it all back together and it all should be right. So to put it together, simply just grab this part. Make sure when you're doing this that you get the left hand side in first, not the right hand, because of that little tab there. So it's got to sort of like go inwards and down at the same time, like that. Pop straight in. So then you grab, where did they go? These two posts, slide that in like, clean it up like this. Slip that through there. Grab the other one. Slide that down like that. And there we go. There's a complete dash. Looking like a VR. It's pretty cool. Before you put the fascia back on it, I recommend wiping it down. As you can see, this one's sort of dirty. So I'll go clean it before I put it back on. And notice how there's a couple little fingerprint marks. So you gotta like rub that over with a cloth. Try rub it out best you can. Now that that's clean, grab your little set button, chuck it on, back on, give it a good old push, make sure it's sitting up with the set. You grab the cover, come over like this, sort of fight around with it until it goes through, and line it all back up. Click it in, and then turn it around, then do up the 8 screws in the back, and then it should be done. Turn up all 8 screws, grab this little connector, you plug it back in, like that. Make sure to not press too hard on that little wire, or else it'll snap. But there we go. There's how to change your fascias over and do your speedo cog at the same time. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, see more car related stuff like this one.